What's going on, YouTube? It's Hack back at you again tonight, and we're going to be checking out two Subohm tanks. This could be a little controversial review. I'll go ahead and throw it off the bat a little bit about this product. I got sent these products from Mvape, and as far as I know, they're not sold in the U.S. in any stores. I found a couple websites where you can find these tanks, one being GearBest and one being Fast Tech. I didn't get any literature with these products. I'm kind of going and basing my review off exactly what was sent to me. My opinions are going to be for exactly what I got in, because if you went online and purchased it, you would be getting exactly what I got. So it could be a little controversial to the company, but they wanted me to do a review, and I'm going to give my honest opinion on these products. So stick with me after the intro, and we're going to go straight into it. So I leave it all behind. I always feel like I'm behind you. I try. Alright guys, this is the review, and we are to the up close portion. This is one of the tanks that I was sent. We'll get into this in a second, but I'm going to use this tank to vape on and tell you what I think about it. This other tank and kit that they sent me, it's freshly cleaned and everything, and I'm more than likely not going to use it, and we'll go in that a little bit more when we get there. But this is the packaging that comes in. I kind of like the way the packaging is, but there is a couple of flaws that I see in this packaging because I'm not sure exactly what it means. As you can tell, it has Mvape across the top, and as you can see here, it has USA stamps on it, and it says designed USA if you look on the box. And this is a Chinese company. I don't really understand why it has design in the USA on it, but anyway, here's the back section. It shows you a little bit about the tank and the mod it comes with. So it's a Subohm tank. It has top fill with a 510 drip tip on it, so you can change drip tips. The top filling method is opposite direction, so you would actually, to take it off, you would actually be turning it right. So it's it's just a different way of doing it. It has a Pyrex glass section with a cover that I'll show you, and this is what bothers me about this kit. It comes with a nickel 0.1 cool head, it says from 30 to 200 watts, and a Casaa 0.5 cool head from 20 to 100 watts. Also, it has a Rba section, but that did not come in this kit. It came in the other tank. So, adjustable airflow, and this is the mod. It says, as you can read, supports down to 0.1 ohm. Maximum output power is 150 watts, which is a false claim. That is not true. No single 18650 is going to do 150 watts. Full power output, battery, anti-reverse protection, anti-short circuit protection, 510 screw charging, and it takes a replaceable 18650 battery. We're going to go into a lot more detail about this when I open it up. But I do kind of like how the case came. It's got this little slip cover. I just don't like really what's written on it, and there's just some issues. To let you know beforehand, I've spoke to the company about these issues. They considered these issues a rumor, and wasn't really sure about I guess what I was telling them, so I don't know if they're going to change it or not. But first, it comes with your mod. I'm going to show that's the battery right here. It's a nice clicky battery, 510 pin, stainless steel. This is feels to be a stainless steel, very thin walled, by the way, stainless steel mod. Has air cutouts there for your airflow if you have an atomizer that gets airflow from the bottom. This is your bottom section. See, it says it again, USA design. I'm not sure which USA design or company made this design. I'm not sure. It has one vent hole on the bottom, which I'm happy it has vent holes. And it has the Mvape logo on the front. It's really not a bad little mod. It feels a little cheap because it's thin, but it works. So you unscrew the bottom here, and this is your negative side. Very thin, looks to be copper negative. And you can see down in the front, you can see the 510 pin down there, and actually right above it is where the little chip is that has your protection and and for the button and everything. So I have a high drain 18650 battery, 2600 mAh, and this is supposed to be I think it's a 26 amp. This battery was tested by Mooch. This is a new battery on the market. I've bought several of them, and I'm actually enjoying them very much. These are supposed to be the ones that are almost impossible to clone or replicate. I don't know how that is, but that's what the company said. But anyway, so we're going to go positive down, and we're going to put our bottom cap back on. Okay, when you push the fire button here, it illuminates white. So it's 5 clicks on and off. So we're going to turn it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It blinks 3 times and then nothing. And 5 clicks back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It clicks 3 times and it's on. Okay, everything looks good so far, right? Alright, we're going to turn that back off, set it to the side. Alright, this kit also comes with spare O-rings, which is nice. They give you plenty of O-rings. A spare Pyrex glass section. Very nice glass, no chips, no issues there. Let me get it back in if I don't break it. It also comes with this stainless cylinder here with Mvape on it. It actually looks pretty cool when you put it on the tank. It just slides over your glass section like so, and it protects your glass a little bit. So that's pretty neat. Alright, here's the tank. And I'm going to show you this other tank. These are identical tanks except for the glass sections. So I'm not going to go and break this other tank down all the way, just due to its being the exact same thing. So you can see the design. They have these cuts on it. Has those kind of orange O-rings. And as you can tell, I have an Aspire Atlantis coil in here. And I will go into that in a second. Has your 4 holes for your airflow. And when I seen the 4 holes, I was like, oh my god, the airflow is going to be horrible. But really, when they're wide open, it has pretty good airflow. The 510 pin doesn't really protrude much at all. I would not use it on a hybrid. I don't use tanks on hybrids anyway. But as you can tell, US design on the bottom by Mvape. Now, to fill this, you're going to turn right, so that actually loosens the top. And you can put your dropper bottles, you can fit glass tip bottles. It looks small, but you can fit, you know, your regular needle point plastic bottles and your dripper glass bottle in there if you need to. So we're going to break this sucker down. So you're going to grab at the top, twist, and this will loosen the chimney section. This is freshly cleaned, so the O-rings are a little tight, but it's coming off. Here's your chimney section. Pretty nice machining. The threads are pretty good. Pull the glass off. For some reason, the O-ring did stick to this glass a little bit. Don't know why, but it's not really that big a deal to me. I'm going to take the coil head out. Here's your bottom section. As you can tell, there's a hole through here. I'll show you the coil head and you'll understand why. But, you know, everything looks decent. Not very bad. There's not really any bad burrs on it. Overall, it's a pretty well built Subohm tank. Now here's the coils, and I know you're saying, hey, well that's Aspire coil head. That's not the bottom of an Aspire coil head, and you're right. These coil heads, let me get this other one out here. Here's a cool head that was sent in it as an extra. As you can tell on this, it says NI 0.1 ohm. And as you can tell, it has this pin. Now, if you took this off, that looks like Atlantis coil, doesn't it? They call this an electrode. So it has a constant connection from your 510 pin all the way up to the coil instead of having multiple pieces of conductor there. So that's, you know, I don't know, they call it their electrode. As you can tell, it's a normal nickel build there. It has a mesh screening over the top, just like any other Atlantis coil. And we'll go into this nickel coil in a second. So, to make, instead of having to buy replacements from Mvape, you can go to any local store and buy Atlantis coil heads. So, but what you have to do is you have to take their pin out of the bottom and replace it with this pin. Now, this pin isn't really tight, but when everything tightens down, when you put this into the base and you tighten it, it tightens that electrode and all the way up into this coil and makes it really tight and seals it well. So Atlantis, Aspire Atlantis coil head or similar coil heads work perfectly in these tanks. Now, I'm going to put this tank back together and we're going to go into some of my issues that I have, which is really irking me. It's bothering me a lot because by now I really would have thought that companies would know better. So, but you know, some companies just don't get it. So, anyway, let's put this back together. We're gonna ride it. We're actually thread this onto the left to tighten the top. There we go. Everything's tight. I'll show you what it looks like on the device here. If I can get it threaded on. It's actually a good looking device, and I've used it just like this and really enjoyed it. This mod puts out plenty enough power for the Aspire 0.3 ohm coils. This is a 0.3 that I have in here. It puts out plenty of power, and honestly, the kit's pretty good if you know what you're doing. That's what I was going to say in a second. But anyway, I did notice when you're vaping on this with a 0.3 that this bottom section here, like when I vape, I hold my pinky over it, and I did notice that this gets a little warm. Not really hot, but as you're vaping, you feel it get warm. I don't know if that's because of the thin metal that's conducting the negative there, or what it is, but it is a little warm. Not really sure about that. I just don't know. But I did use it for several days, and it never vented, never had to cause any problem, but that did get a little warm. But you can kind of see it's got a pretty good little look to it. Now, my issue with this company and what they're selling. As you can tell, they sell it with a nickel coil head. This kit had a Kanthal 0.5 and a nickel 0.1, and the nickel actually was installed in the tank. I took a vape off of it one time and then said, you didn't even look and see what coil head it was, or nothing about it. And when I went and looked, I looked at the coil head and realized that it was a nickel coil head. And luckily, I just took a little small vape and it didn't burn anything and didn't have a problem. So I immediately called messaged the company and asked them what were they thinking about putting nickel coil heads in a kit like this. I was told by them that there's no problem, that the mod fires the nickel. It's no problem. Everything works great. And I said, yes, it does fire it, but it is not safe to vape nickel without temperature control. And they go, yeah, but it fires it. And I said, well, does this mod support temperature control? Is it regulating temperature? And they said no. So I went in and I informed them that it's very dangerous. I was told that they heard it was a rumor. They wanted me to send them, online websites that have proven nickel is dangerous. They say that they are selling this in China to people with nickel coil heads, and they're not having any issues. So I kind of went round and round with them for a minute and just told them I'm going to review what I got. But I told them I couldn't review this until I got a Casaa coil head. So they sent me a pack of Casaa, and I told them, please, please do not sell this with nickel. This is not safe to vape in a nickel setup. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm just relaying the messages and everything that I got from them. So that's the kit it comes with. It's actually a really good kit. If you know what you're doing and throw the nickel coil heads away and use Atlantis coils if you need to. I noticed that the coils that came in this stock just didn't taste as well as Aspire Atlantis coil heads. The other ones just didn't taste as well, and they didn't really last as long. So I have went to Atlantis coil heads in both of these tanks. So that just gives you a little info on that. I'm not really too happy with how this kit comes, but I relayed the messages and I'm relaying it to you. And if you decide to purchase this or purchase this other tank, just know and keep in mind that there are issues that you can easily fix. The company should fix it, but there's no telling. If they think that it's fine, they're not going to fix it. And I've told them till I'm blue in the face, and it's not going to change anything. So that's this kit. This is the Mvape. I don't know the name of this Subohm tank. They didn't have a name for it. So I'm just calling it the Mvape M1 Subohm tank, because this other tank we're going to look at is the Mvape M1 Plus Rba tank. So that's the Mvape kit. Now we're going to look at this other tank. Here's the other tank that they sent me. Like I said, same design, same top cap, same bottom section, same cool head. Everything is identical except this tank. I believe this is a 10 mil tank. It might be a little more than that. I did not measure it, but it holds a crap ton of juice. That is the only difference. You can take these pieces apart and put this other glass section from that one kit and make this a regular tank again and not use this. So it is identically the same thing. Takes the same coil heads, the same electrode goes through the bottom. This one actually, I believe, has one of their coil heads in it. Right now, I can't remember what juice I have in it. But instead of top filling here, all you do is twist this off. If I can get it to come off, here we go. You twist this off. It opens up a fill port there, and you fill your juice there. Super simple, super easy, and I've actually enjoyed this tank, because sometimes if I'm going on a long drive, or if I just want to take it easy at work and not have to worry about dripping and different things like that, I use this tank because it holds plenty of juice. I set this up and put juice that I know it's a daily juice that I vape all day, so I don't have to worry about draining it and changing it and all that. Now, when you put this on your mod, it might not be straight. You see how mine's straight? They made it pretty easy, and I don't know if this is design or anything, but when you tighten it down, you can actually spin this plastic tank section here and spin it into whatever direction you want. So you don't have to worry about it looking crooked on your mod or something. Like, you don't have to make it look like that. And this isn't loose. This is actually tight, but you can just spin the tank to where you need to. Has the same airflow on the bottom. Everything is identical except the tank itself. This is, I guess, their limited class or whatever. So Mvape Limited M1 Rba Plus. So, and as you can see on the back of this, USA design. I don't know why they're putting it on there, and I'm not really digging it, but it is what it is. So that's that tank. This is the packaging that it came in. Pretty simple packaging. It looks just like any Aspire product. Mvape logo on the top, has their sticker on the side for you can, find their information right there. Has the back section here. Even this section goes into about the mod, even though you're not getting a mod with this. So but it shows you everything like we went through. Mvape Technology, CO, LTD. So we're going to open this up. It comes with its own package of O-rings, which is good. And we'll take a look at this. This is what I don't understand. I didn't get any literature on it. I didn't see anything on how to build this or anything. I just don't know. Let me get this stuff out. This is their Rba section. They sent it with a pre-built coil. Looks like somebody hand wound it. And this is their Rba section. Don't ask me how to build it. I don't know. I haven't been able to figure this out. But I know that you can take this top section off. And that's just hollow. Has your wicking holes there in the side. This is the bottom section. I've tried pulling this pin out to see if you put the leads through here. This is sealed in there. I cannot get this electrode 510 pin out. It is sealed. I've pulled on it with pliers. It's just impossible. There's no way. This is the section where you're supposed to put your coil head. I can see the two holes right there for your leads, but that's about as far as I went. And it looks like the coil sits, if I can find where the coil went, it looks like the coil is supposed to sit right here in this kind of concave, I can't say that word. This section, you know what I'm talking about. It's supposed to hover across it here. Here's the bottom. It looks like it goes through. I don't know how to build it. I couldn't find any information on how to build it. Plus, I don't think I want to build it because, and this is the issue I'm having, this isn't PEEK. This doesn't feel like PEEK. It feels like plastic. It feels like any other plastic you would ever see. Now, what do you think is going to happen when you put this in here and you build it and you're not paying attention and one of these leads is touching this plastic or this coil head? This coil is accidentally touching this plastic. What's going to happen? It's going to instantly melt. I don't know if it could short out. I don't know, but it's at least going to melt, and I'm not vaping plastic. This isn't PEEK. It doesn't feel like PEEK. It doesn't look like PEEK. I could be wrong, but it just, in my opinion, it feels like plastic. It doesn't feel like a PEEK insulator of any kind. So that's why I said, screw it. I am not messing with this. I'm not going to show my subscribers and my viewers this really and go into detail, because really you wouldn't buy this kit for this. These kind of RBA cool heads are shit. They don't vape well. They just don't work well at all. It's very small. You wouldn't buy it for this. If you bought it, you would honestly be buying it to put Atlantis cool heads in and just to use it as a daily beater. And that's what they're good for. So that's it. We're going to go back up top, and I'm going to go into a little bit more about it, and then I'm going to let you get out of here. Thanks, guys. Alright, guys, we're back up to the up top for this review of these Mvape products. Like I said, I put this one back in the case. In my opinion, I think this case is okay. This kit, not case. I believe this kit is okay. If you know what you're doing. If you're wanting an easy, kind of stealthy little beater, this is a good little kit. You just need to throw those nickel coil heads away as fast as you get it, so you make no mistake. You need to keep a watch on the mod, because I don't know. I'm not into mech mods. I've never used them much. I never use these, battery, small battery and chipped like MetMod look-alike regulated devices. I just haven't been into them. They might get a little warm, and I don't know about it, but this one gets a little warm. It's not crazy. It doesn't feel like it's going to vent your battery, but like I said, on the bottom, it does get a little warm. At least it has a vent hole down at the bottom, and it would more than likely vent through the battery. Not the battery, the button. But I had no issue with it. I vaped on it for several days in this configuration that I showed y'all and didn't have any problem. I have not been able to really find a place to buy this online. I found places to buy this M1 Rba Plus Subohm tank. I found a place to buy that. Like I said, that was GearBest and Fast Tech. I will leave a link to Mvape's Facebook. You could contact them there, and I'm sure that they could get you a place to purchase the kit or to purchase this. They'll lead you in the right direction. I didn't get any literature on where to buy it. They have an Alibaba site or whatever, but that's for wholesale, so you can't do anything through that. But I will link you his Facebook and the company's Facebook, and you can contact them or go through GearBest or Fast Tech for this tank. But anyway, I went into a lot about what I think about these products. For me, and me knowing what I'm doing and stuff like that, and watching things, they vape well. The Atlantis coil heads work marvelously in these Subohm tanks. And like I said, looking at the airflow, I'm sure you're thinking there's no way the airflow is going to be tight, and I'm going to show you in a second. The airflow is not tight. It has very good airflow. The flavor is very good on these tanks, especially using the Atlantis coil heads. The issue that I see mainly with this company is the branding. I'm not sure about this USA design stuff because I haven't seen anything designed in the USA and manufactured that's like this, especially the tanks. I've seen other similar tanks of this, but not exactly in this style. Another issue, like I said, I have is with the nickel that they send in the kits. That's wrong. And Mvape, when you see this, because I'm going to link you this video as soon as it's rendered, because I know you've been asking for it. I hope you're not upset, but maybe you need to be upset, because putting nickel coil heads in kits that people buy, that these are starter kits, and you're putting nickel coil heads in these kits that people don't know what they're doing, they haven't researched yet, and they're putting these coil heads in it, and they're vaping it, and it's dangerous. Take the nickel out of these kits. I'm serious. I want you to do one thing. I'm reviewing this product, and it's a little iffy review, okay? But I think it's a decent stuff. So revise this, you know, we can talk about a couple of things that I would think that could be changed. Revise it. Send me a new kit, the version 2. I'll review it. I don't care. I just don't want the nickel in these kits. And I know you're going to watch this video. Take the nickel out. Nickel needs to go. Put stainless steel. There's plenty of coil heads out that people are selling it with stainless steel. Stainless steel can run in temperature control and in regular wattage or variable voltage, and it has no problem. There's no issue running it. Put stainless steel or Casaa only in these kits, in these Subohm tanks. Don't put titanium either. Only stainless steel or Casaa. And Mvape, I really hope you listen to that, because you're going to see a lot of people in these comments that are going to be commenting saying, well, I probably wouldn't buy it because they send nickel in these kits, and that's wrong. So you'll see that, and you should revise your kits and put Casaa and stainless steel only. So that's it. I'm not going to beat a dead horse about it. But yes, the USA design and the USA labels on it, it's kind of weird. I'm not really sure about that. It's kind of, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of shady. The Rba section, in my opinion, I couldn't figure it out, and it's probably not that great anyway. So those are the cons on it, really. Another con, which is subjective, really, is the size of this tank. But if you're buying this tank, then the M1 Plus, then it shouldn't be a con to you, because you're going to know that it's a large tank. So that's another one. Overall than that, there's really not any cons to it, any more cons to it. I'm not sure about the heat in this regulated mech mod device. I'm not sure about the heat on the bottom. That could be normal, so I can't really say if that's a con or a positive or whatever. But there are some pros about this stuff. this tank, the pros on it is I like the size of it. I like that it has a big tank. I can use it on the go. Don't have to worry about refilling it. Another pro is it does have adjustable airflow, and the airflow is done very well. Another pro is that it is top fill on both tanks. That it can take Aspire Atlantis or Triton coil heads. Any Atlantis threaded coil head should work. So that's good. I'm glad that works. That's a great pro for this. And I think that's really it. There's really not much to go on. The main thing that I had an issue with was the nickel. That was a big deal. And I know I've harped on it a lot, but so I'm not going to go back into it. But what I will do now is I will take a vape on this, show you the production that it makes on vapor. Just the flavor on it is a good, decent flavor. It's not anything that's breaking world records. It's not anything that's gonna make you go insane when you vape it. But if you like the flavor off of a Triton or off the Atlantis, or the Atlantis 1 version 2, the Triton, if you like that kind of flavor, then this would be a good tank for you. So right now this has got the 0.2 coil head, and this is their own coil head, Mvape's own coil head. So this is a 0.2. I have it pretty low. I'm actually going to move it up a little bit. I'm going to move it to 70 watts. 70 watts on a 0.2 is only like 3.75 volts. So, it's kind of like a drain battery, but, really 60, 70 watts is a really good range for these coils. So the airflow is wide open. Let's take a vape on it. Really nice, dense vapor. As you can tell, the vapor falls instantly, so it's pretty nice and dense. At 70 watts, it's a nice warm. It's not hot. I got vapor all over the place. Sorry about that. But nice and warm. I think they're good tanks. I think there needs to be some revisions, and I think Mvape would have some good products. So anyway, I'm going to take one more vape off this. We are actually going to be announcing the winner of the Coil Master giveaway on, let's see, what day is it today? I'm going to release the Coil Master winner on Friday evening. After I get off work, I'm going to make a video and announce the winner of the Coil Master DIY kit. So y'all be looking forward to that. We have several reviews. I'm getting backed up on stuff. I gotta put out some reviews. I still haven't gotten out the Boreas review that I wanted to do, and I really want to do it because that's a great RTA if you haven't checked it out yet. Also, Steam Crave hooked the channel up, hooked me and you up, and they have sent us their new line of stuff. So they sent a 2 Aromomizer Supremes, a 4 milliliter and a 7 milliliter tanks, and they also sent me their Aromomizer V/RDA, which is a really cool RDA for the flavor chaser. It is not a cloud chucking machine. This is for a flavor chaser, and that's what I am. I'm a big flavor chaser, so it was right up my alley. It has, it has decently restricted airflow, really nice thick vapor, and a lot of flavor. So we'll be checking out that from Steam Crave soon. So thank you, Steam Crave, for that. So anyway, that's going to be it for this review. I hope y'all kind of got what I was trying to say about this stuff, and hope I did a decent review for y'all. Like I said, I'll have the GearBest and Fast Tech links in the description, also with Mvape's Facebook page link in the description as well. The price on these that I've seen online for this is $26.99 that I've seen, like on GearBest, and I think it's a little lower on Fast Tech for this big tank. I'm not sure about this kit. Honestly, we'd have to talk to Mvape about that and figure out where we could purchase it, because I can't find a place to purchase this. So Mvape, get on the ball with that. Anyway, I'm going to take one more vape to let y'all get out of here. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I know it's been a kind of weird review, but it is what it is. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all again very soon. Take care.